his skills on the ukulele, and believe me, I've been nothing but impressed with him ever since he picked it up. He just started. It came naturally to him like a duck to water. It was quite incredible. I'm looking forward to you hearing him play tonight. But in the meantime, I'll play something myself, will I? What will I start with? Early in the morning when the sun does rise, laying in bed with bloodshot eyes. Late in the evening when the sun sets low, that's about the time my rooster crows. Hey CJ, how's it going? Now I got woman up and down this creek, keep me strutting and my engine clean. Rub the whiskey, gonna ease my pain, and all this running gonna keep me sane. Hey lady J, how's it going? Get me drinking that moonshine, get me higher than the grocery bill. Take my trouble to the high wall, throw them in the river and get your fill. We've been sniffing that cocaine, ain't nothing better when the wind gets cold. Boy, it's a mighty hard living, but a damn good feeling to run these roads. Damn good feeling to run these roads. People all around me trying to tell me red, and this living ain't gonna wind up dead. Lay your trouble on the Lord of Lords, end up laying on the cooling boards. But I got buddies on the White House Road, keep me strutting when my feet hang low. Rub the whiskey, gonna ease my pain, and all this running gonna keep me sane. Get me drinking that moonshine, get me higher than the grocery bill. Take my trouble to the high wall, throw 'em in the river and get your fill. We've been sipping that cocaine, ain't nothing better when the wind gets cold. Boy, it's a mighty hard living, and a damn good feeling to run these roads. Damn good feeling to run these roads. When you lay me in the cold hard clay, sing your songs while the banjo plays. Tell those ladies that they ought not frown, ain't been nothing ever held me down. Lawmen, women, or a shallow grave, same old blues, it's just a different day. Get me drinking that moonshine, get me higher than the grocery bill. Take my trouble to the high wall, throw 'em in the river and get your fill. We've been sniffing that cocaine, ain't nothing better when the wind gets cold. Boy, it's a mighty hard living, but a damn good feeling to run these roads. Damn good feeling to run these roads. Well, hope you enjoyed that. Since we've got so many lovely ladies in the chat tonight, we've got CJ and we've got Lady J. Oh, by the way, Lady J, tomorrow I'll be over on Nostalgia Street as usual. I've got a whole bunch of friends over there, and it would make their day if you turned up in the chat tomorrow. Hey, oh, speaking of, this is my friend Sean. This is his channel that I'm speaking about, 85 Nostalgia Street. Yeah, Lady J, they'd be really impressed to see you, because they're all big old G.I. Joe fans, and there's a Lady J in that show, so it would be really fun if you could turn up tomorrow. Anyway, I'll play this one for the ladies. Sorry, I can't read shit without my glasses off. Yeah, I don't worry, I'm the same. Besnick! Yo, it's been ages, bro. How's it going, man? I haven't gotten round to making that history thing yet. Obviously, like I say, I had a few issues a wee while ago. I had to deal with that, and since I've come back, I've been trying to just focus on getting my playlists up to date, like with videos for all my playlists. But you know, thing. Anyway, like I say, if you could hop over to 85 Nostalgia Street tomorrow, I'm sure there'd be a whole bunch of nerdy middle-aged men that'd be a Lady J in the chat. So there's that. But in the meantime. Flew from Miami Beach, BOAC, didn't get to that last night. On the way to paperback was on my knee. Man, I had a dreadful flight. I'm back in New York. Lady. USSR. You're gonna lucky you are, boy. Back in US, back in US, back in USSR. Back in the USSR. Been away so long I hardly knew the place. Gee, it's good to be back home. Wait until tomorrow to unpack my case. Honey, disconnect the phone. I'm back in USSR. You're gonna look you up, boy. Back in US, back in US, back in USSR. Well, the Ukraine girls really knock me out. They leave the West behind. And Moscow girls make me scream and shout. The Georgia's always on my mind. Well, take me to the snow-beat mountains way down south. Show me to your daddy's farm. Let me hear your belly like it's ringing out. Come and keep your comrade warm. I'm back in USSR. You don't know how lucky you are, boy. Back in US, back in US, back in USSR. Back in the USSR. Back in US, back in US, back in USSR. What will we do now? We'll do something a bit more chilled out this time. This one. A whisper in my ear, a voice so strong and clear. And on this beach I see a million grains of sand. Yeah, I believe it's a destiny bound to survive against all odds. Out where the truth lies, I will follow. Yeah, out beyond this barren surround. I'm crying without a sound. Out where the truth lies, I will follow my eyes into the sun. Follow my life into the sun. You seem allergic to all technology, do you, Jay? Let me just check the live chat because it seems to have been busy. Any sign Deadpool collector yet? Oh, you're Scottish as well, Mangoes. Welcome to the chat. Feel free to join the group. I do this every Friday. It's just to hang out with friends. Normally on my channel, what I usually do is I play ukulele and I talk about movies and TV shows and stuff. I'll be doing a lot more of both in the future, so hope you enjoy. Sounds lovely. I'm Scottish. Still at work. Went to pop in and say hi. Hey, Sean's got a really important job, so I appreciate you taking the time out to say hello, bro. Where the Patrol Jacks and the Cosgo Gulls fight against the Sorbig and the Serbia Romans. That sounds seriously interesting, doesn't it? We would love to have you and Lady. Yeah, we really would. I was just saying to Lady J that she's actually a friend of mine in real life, you see, so I've been trying to get hold of her and tell her about Nostalgia Street because her handle is just. Your handle is just too perfect, for you not to come visit the gang. Yeah, it's the morning for them, but it's like it's early afternoon for us. You don't need to be awake before midday to catch him. Don't worry, you'll be able to get. Speak of devil, I was just talking about you, Deadpool. Oh, your boyfriend broke up with you. I'm sorry to hear that, but for what it's worth, I find these things usually happen for a reason, and it never really makes sense at the time, but later on, usually you go, if I'd have stayed in the situation that I was in and things were going as they were, although I was happy with the situation as it was, I wouldn't be in a better situation now if I hadn't found it. So allow yourself to grieve, give yourself time, but remember it's the beginning, not the end. Eh? I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. It's a hard thing. I mean, I can honestly tell you that the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life is having my heart broken. I've had a lot of crazy stuff happen to me. I've had friends die. I've had lots of things that should have affected me, probably more than they did. But the one thing that got to me more than anything was when I thought I was in love. I thought I found the person that I was spending my life with. I was with her for over a decade. We raised a child together, and when she left me, I never really fully recovered. But at the same time, I've learned lessons from that. I've grown as a person, and now I'm in a very different place now, and that wouldn't have happened if I was still with her. So, like I say, you just can't predict the future. I definitely wouldn't be doing this right now if I was still with her. Yeah. So, like I say, you just never know. Yeah, when it doesn't work for you straight away, Deadpool collector, yes, man. Deadpool collector's a wind up. Just ignore him. He has got a great sense of humour, but sometimes it's quite inappropriate to the outside world. I think he's funny, but that's just me. Oh, you've just joined. Well, welcome to the group, Natasha. There hasn't been a watch along in a while, and I was thinking tonight that we might watch The Champions. How would you feel about The Champions? Absolutely mind-blowing TV show from the 60s, very much in the vibe of like Mission Impossible or The Saint, along with like hints of Lost in Space and Land of the Giants. It's that kind of classic 60s retro show, really, really fantastic, but it seems to be a bit of a forgotten classic these days. So I thought tonight that I would do it in the watch along. You'll find it in my playlist. I can always bring up a link and put it into my post if anybody would like to join us for the watch along. I'll look it up now, will I? That's what I'm doing on my phone. And then I'll play another song before we get started, will I? What do you think about Pretty Fly for a White Guy? Seeing as we've got so many ladies in this evening. Sorry, I've got the theme tune going through my head already. It is genuinely, sincerely that catchy. Right, I'm just about to put up a link in the posts. so that anybody that wants to join us for the watch along this evening is capable of doing so with relative ease. That's it posted. And give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Cause all the girls say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Yeah, all the girls say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. You know it's kinda hard just to get along today. Subject isn't cool, but he fixes it anyway. Friends say he doesn't have a clue and he doesn't have style, but everything he lacks, well, he makes up in denial. So don't debate, play it straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. Ain't gonna play the field and keep it real, but you know it, but you know it. And so if you don't rate, just overcompensate. At least that you know you can always go on Ricky Lake. The world loves wannabes, oh. Let's get some more wannabes, oh. The world loves wannabes, oh. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Cause all the girls say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Yeah, all the girls say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Now he's needing some cold tunes, not just any would suffice. But they didn't have ice cubes, so he bought vanilla ice. And cruising in his Pinto, he sees homies as he passed. But if he looks twice, they're gonna kick his lily ass. So don't debate, play it straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. Gonna play the field and keep it real, but you know it, but you know it. And so if you don't rate, just overcompensate. At least that you know you can always go on Ricky Lake. The world loves wannabes, oh. Let's get some more wannabes, oh. The world loves wannabes, oh. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Cause all the girls say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Cause all the girls say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Now he's getting up to 2, yeah, he's getting it done. He asked for a 13, but they drew a 30. Friends who say he doesn't have a clue and he doesn't have style, but everything he lacks, well, he makes up in denial. So don't debate, play it straight. You know it really doesn't get it anyway. Gonna play the field and keep it real, but you know it, but you know it. And so if you don't rate, just overcompensate. At least that you know you can always go on Ricky Lake. The world loves wannabes, oh. Let's get some more wannabes, oh. Let's get some more wannabes, oh. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing. Well, time for me to take a break. I can feel my nerve going. I think people can tell when I'm getting nervous, so I'm going to stop and I'm going to press play on the champions. And we'll start the watch along for the evening. Now, something else that I was thinking might be fun. during the watch along. I've kind of always done this anyway, but I'm kind of going to commit myself to it. If there's anything anybody would like to talk to me about, I've spent my entire life finding the curious and the unusual and trying to work things out on my own as best as I could. And I feel like I'm by far I'm not smart, but I know enough to be able to hold a decent conversation on most topics. So if anybody would like to talk about something interesting, yeah, he's upstairs. And you want to know something? He is going to play for us tonight. He has promised that he is going to play for us this evening. I'm going to turn this down just a little smidge. Just while I'm talking. Imagine Nathan. Would you like to come and play a song for the gang before this show starts? No, well, play one of your riffs that you've been doing. Do that one that you just recorded, because honestly, it's fantastic, man. Here we go. I'll move over. I'll shift you over a bit. He's specially tuned it. This is the kind of natural talent this guy has. He tuned a ukulele to his own ear, like it's a personalised tuning that he's got for this, and he's been blowing my mind the last week or so. Here he comes in. Imagine Nathan. Yeah, he's coming. Calm down, folks. Calm down, gang. He is coming. Nibs! Hey, hon, how's it going? Good to see you. Shalom. You're just Shalom, he says. You're just about to catch Imagine Nathan. If you like what I do, prepare to have your mind blown, because this guy has actual talent. Are you ready for this? Here we go. You listening? You'll be off camera, because that's his way. He is Imagine Nathan. Remember, he is my imaginary friend. How am I doing that with no hands? It's crazy, isn't it? How good was that? That's him after 2 weeks. Hey, I've been playing for 5 years. Everyone know Imagine Nathan? Yeah. Well, there you go. Oh, hey, Pickle Boy, how's it going? Keep playing, Nathan's saying. That was pretty cool. That's not me. It's from the group. It's from the group chat. Feel free to jump on your phone and tell him to go fuck off for yourself, man. He's right here after all.
I am gonna need to.
Yeah, a lot of folk over in Established Street have just started referring to him as the Jew, because the only thing he says is shalom. Which is funny, because I think that's the only Yiddish he knows. I tried to teach him having a gila the other night, and he wasn't having it. He was like, nah. Or maybe we should go the Robin Williams route. Never buy your gribbons from a mile, they're so chewy. Oi. For those of you that got that joke, I do apologise. It's not mine, it's Robin Williams. It took me years to get that joke, because I didn't know Yiddish when I first saw Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't know Yiddish now, but I know enough now to understand that joke. Hey, Reese, buddy, it's good to see you out too. I've not caught your podcast this week. I'll need to jump on. Sorry, man. I've had my friends visiting with me, and I've just been kind of distracted with stuff, so I didn't have time. But I'll jump on your podcast soon, Reese. He's got a fantastic podcast, the Addams Family podcast. Well worth watching. Him and his co-host, both lovely people. Well worth checking out. I'm going to be doing more promotion on my channel at some point, like other YouTube content creators. I want to make that a bigger part of my channel, because I already promote movies and I promote TV shows that are obscure that people haven't heard of. So me suggesting other content creators it kind of seems like a natural progression for me. And not only that, but with the way that YouTube is these days, the algorithm just isn't promoting quality content creators anymore the way that it used to. It's all about what's quick and just easy to absorb, and like the more talented content creators, the ones that are prepared to put the effort into it, very often they're overlooked by the algorithm. And so if the algorithm is going to overlook them, I feel like it falls on the community of YouTube content creators, anybody who is on YouTube making content, kind of now, it's really up to us to support and promote each other. So I'm going to do my bit, like in the future, promoting other content creators. Yeah, big shout out to like the likes of 85 Nostalgia Street. Huge shout out to Atomic Snack Bar. Can't I can't really thank Rob Sterling enough for all the support he's given me. He's got an incredibly successful channel, not just successful, but genuinely, even if he didn't have the success that he had, he's still one of the most learned and sources for like obscure and abstract movie trivia and movies stuff. Just an incredible wealth of knowledge. Highly recommend his channel. So the fact that he's taken an interest in me and my channel, clearly he can see something in me. There's potential there, and I'm working on getting a PC so that I can have a higher quality video and sound. Also, I'll be able to editing and put in clips of the movies and the TV shows that I'm talking about, things like that. So there's going to be big differences in the channel in the future, and in no small part thanks to the support that I've had from other content creators on my journey. And so, like I said, I just want to reciprocate and promote other creators as well. Pay it forward, as they say, you know. But anyway, on with the Champions episode 1. I love the theme tune for this. Proper 60s, you know, full band kind of job. Great. Psst, what you saying, Nibs? Really lovely to see you out. It's been a fair old while since we've seen you on a Friday. I've missed you. Hey. Yeah. He's Rob Sterling. He's a really great guy, isn't he, CJ? She's come into contact with him through me, and he's subscribed to her channel and he checks out her artwork. And he's just a really lovely guy, Rob. You know, and he has no need. There's no need for him to be successful enough that he could just completely ignore people like us, but he doesn't. You know what I mean? Really lovely bloke. Yeah, well, we all missed you as well, Nibs. This is what we're saying. Mind you, at least you're back on the street. That was the main thing. Hey, like, everyone was so worried about you. Oh. Before the days of, like, walkie-talkies and stuff flashing with mirrors, you know? This is such a classic show. Just to give you some of the backstory of this, it's about, like, a team of, like, Interpol spy agents that, on a mission, crash in the Himalayas, and they're going to die, but they're rescued by a secret civilization, like a Shangri-La, future advanced society that's just never been discovered. And they basically, you know, give them technology and medical aid that ends up improving them as humans in ways that modern science can't understand. They're like psychic, and they're stronger and faster, and they can, you know, like crazy superpowers, you know. And it's a fantastic series to see. Just ahead of its time. Oh, absolutely. I'm on it like chronic. Don't worry. I'm rolling. Don't you worry, Nibs. I'm right there with you. I'm just about to blaze. Do 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 do. Should I be busting myths? Actually, that would be a good one. I would be good at that. Yeah, no, that was 2 weeks. You see what he did there? Yeah, I swear that's you were saying that he hadn't picked up a ukulele before I handed one to him a couple of weeks ago, and that the guy he's been playing guitar for years, but if anybody knows anything about the difference between guitars and ukuleles, they're tuned completely differently, thingy. But the fact that he picked it up and basically started playing chords immediately, serious talent. Hey, I'm excited to hear more from him in the future. I'm sure you are too. Hey. Oh, now that the music stopped, the numbers have dropped again. It's just the real ones now. The core gang. Is Nathan in the chat? Nathan, are you in the chat? You saying thumbs up? Yes, he's in the chat. What are you wanting to say to him? It's Lady J. You know Lady J. Like in real life, you know her. Do you know who it is? No? Yeah, he's just worked out who you are. I'm not gonna dox you live or anything, but. Hey, Barth! Are you out, bro? How's it going, my man? Everyone's coming out tonight. It's a busy one this evening. Gonna turn up. I'm gonna rewind this theme tune because holy goddamn, this is a theme tune and a half. In case you're not doing the watch along, I'm gonna rewind it back a little bit just so that you can. Bert Kwong, by the way, Bert freaking Kwong. Nothing in the chat for Bert Kwong. Well, screw you all then, you uncultured heathens. Bert Kwong's a legend. Hey little hen, when will you lay me an egg for my tea? No, nothing. You mental. Right. Bert Kwong. They just don't make theme tunes like that anymore. You know what I mean? That's like harkening back to like the original Star Trek. You know? Huh? No worries. I'll catch you soon. Imagine Nathan's just about to leave. He will return. Hopefully, we'll see. See if he can survive the mean streets of the northeast of Scotland. Aren't that mean? I don't know. He should make it. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Not gonna make you leave the house smelly, bro. Grab the deodorant. I've got aftershave as well if you want it. Do you want a squirt of aftershave? It's over there. It's in that little shelf. Can't have my young board leaving the house unprepared, can I? Hey, how does it feel to be a ward? Robin. I'm Batman. I wish. I could use Bruce Wayne's millions from time to time, not gonna lie. Oh Jesus, if I had money I think it'd be dangerous anyway. I'm probably better off broke. Who knows how much trouble I'd cause with money. Adios muchacho. Or shalom, should I say. It's the Jew, he is leaving. Shalom, shalom, shalom. So, this is the champions that we're watching tonight. Like I say, anything that you want to bring up, any philosophical, psychological, anthropological, historical, any kind of thing that you want to bring up, happy to discuss it. I'm a bit of a renaissance man. I'm a man of many interests. I wear a lot of hats, so if there's any interesting topics that you think we should bring up tonight, I would like to leave religion for maybe a little later, because that's definitely a tough topic, and it's something that I've got a lot of opinions on, but probably one for another evening. I think we could probably do a dedicated stream on religion all by itself, but for tonight, for this evening, if anyone would like to bring up any random topics, I'd be interested to hear them. Oh, that's not right. I'm just trying to work out how to bring up the live chat, because it stopped working on my tablet again. It's a real issue. It's rather frustrating. Oh, Lucy Darling, big fan of hers. She's funny, but that's what just came up on my phone. Me live. Is this going to work? Will it be? Hey, there we are. Hey, gang. Oh, that's weird. I can hear myself. I didn't like that. Oh, jeez, guys. You've been saying a power of stuff out there. I've got to catch up now. I feel like I'm going to be reading a novel before I'm able to communicate with you all again. At least you're all getting chatty. This is part of the fun of having a community like this. You're all getting to know each other. Hey, young William, how's it going? Just noticed you there. Wow, you guys have been busy in the chat. I've got a lot of catching up to do. I noticed that Borf showed up because Sean said, hey, Borf. Oh, you're just dropping a like. Cool. Have a good one too, Ray. Not Ray. Borf. I'm Ray. It's because most people call me Oz, so I'm still getting used to being Ray. Despite being Murray all my life. Well, not all my life. Until I was about 15, 16. And then I started getting called 50-50, and after that they started calling me Oz, and that stuck the rest of my life, basically. Oz. I don't know why. I don't see myself as much of an Oz, but you never pick your names, do you? Your nicknames. It's always other cunts that do that for you. Is everyone here fucking stoned? Pretty much, dude. Yeah, I think the majority of people that watch my channel are probably partaking the devil's lettuce from time to time. What can I say? I just attract that kind of crowd. Hairy weirdos, you know? With their ginger plaited hairy weirdos. Hairy weirdos. Hairy weirdos. You know that song? Is it just me? Hairy weirdos, with their ginger plaited hairy weirdos, hairy weirdos, hairy weirdos. It was by a guy called The Singing Comedian. I'm the singing comedian, and you know that any minute you'll run out of clever lyrics. Yeah, he was a funny guy. Impossible to find anymore. One of those things that's only in my brain now. There's no evidence of him existing online. There's nothing on YouTube. It's just me that remembers him. Like so much stuff. I was going through a whole bunch of stuff the other week that I was like, it seems like only I remembered it. You know, like that whole thing, if you come from one universe into another and nobody thinks it. I feel like something like that's happened, except a whole bunch of people have come over to mine, and I'm the only one that remembers these things, because there's so many. Like Dr. Snuggles, for example, that's like my pick for Nostalgia Street tomorrow is Dr. Snuggles. Fantastic show starring none other than Peter Ustinov. For those of you that don't know, Peter Ustinov is one of the greatest storytellers in all of human history, certainly in all recorded history. He's one of the greatest storytellers, to my mind, certainly. And incredible man, incredible history, incredible family, everything. The guy is just fascinating, and when he starts to talk, you are just focused in. You know, you can't pay attention to anything else when Peter Ustinov is talking. And sadly, probably what he's best known for now is being for the voice of King John in the Robin Hood cartoon. The Disney Robin Hood cartoon of Robin Hood. He was the voice of Prince John. You know, that was Peter Ustinov. But believe me, his talents extended so far beyond that cartoon. It actually breaks my heart that that's what he's remembered for. Eh? But incredible guy. Dr. Snuggles, that's one thing that I've suggested that's just recently gone up in my playlist. Another one that was one that I really felt like I'm, again, the only one that kind of like remembers these shows.
What are you doing here, Sharon, with a couple of hard-bitten nemesis operators like us?
I don't know. A natural progression, I suppose, from taking that course.
Oh, Scooby-Doo Apocalypse. That's another one that I just added that's really fantastic. Oh, Avenger Penguins. That was the one I was thinking of. That was the one I was trying to remember there. Avenger Penguins was basically, it came out around about the same time as Biker Mice from Mars, and it was sort of like a UK parody almost. I mean, not really, it definitely was its own thing, but I don't think it was an accident that Biker Mice came out. And then about a year later, Avenger Penguins came out, which was about a biker gang of penguins. So all of these are like things that people don't seem to remember, and it definitely doesn't seem to get talked about. I don't see them on any of the cartoon channels or anything, but I've got them up in my playlists, and I would love for people to check them out. So, just to the core group, I'm just saying, those are things that I've recently added to my playlist that I haven't yet made videos for, and probably won't be able to for another month or so, because I really am playing a lot of catch up. There's now like months of stuff like I'm still working through videos from before Christmas at the moment. Yeah, so it'll take me a while to get up to speed, but eventually you'll see me talking about Avenger Penguins and Dr. Snuggles and all the other things that are in my playlist. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope some people out there are, and if they're not, I hope they get excited after they see it and they check out these shows. So, as I've mentioned before, ukulele playing, what I do on the channel is for the ukulele. It really just represents like a tiny fraction of it. People once asked me to do like a tutorial for ukulele, and it's like there's no way that I'm qualified to teach anybody to play the ukulele, because I've taught myself to play the ukulele. You know, I've never had an instructor. I've just plinked away on my own and worked it out by myself. So I don't feel like I'm in any position to teach anybody anything. But who knows? Maybe some of my favourite songs in the future I'll make tutorial videos for how to play them on the ukulele. But for the most part, I'm concentrating on making playlists of obscure and almost forgotten gems from media history. Some great animated shows, great live action shows, comedies, dramas. Oh, Nibs, I don't know if you're still about, Hunt, but if you are, you need to check out my playlist, because there's something in there that I think you're really going to enjoy called the Book Group. Because you enjoyed Ladies of Letters. Ladies of Letters, by the way, is now also in my playlist. That's another one that's available in my playlist now, is Ladies of Letters. But there's the Book Group, and if you enjoyed Ladies of Letters, highly recommend the Book Group. You'll really like that. It's just above Feel the Force, I think, which is another series starring Michelle Gomez, who's a fantastic Scottish actress. Actually, some of you might know who I'm talking about because she played Missy in Doctor Who, the Master, Missy. That's Michelle Michelle Gomez. Massive fan of hers. She's really, really funny. Incredibly funny woman. Brilliant actress. I was watching The Acid House yesterday with my friend, which is Irvin Walsh film. Really, really good. Watched that film when I was young and it stayed with me my entire life. It's an anthology film made up of 3 parts. The first story is about a slovenly waste of space that meets God in a pub and God decides to punish him. So it's a good one. The second story is about a soft touch. Don't know if you know what a soft touch is. Maybe it's a British expression, but that's somebody that's a pushover. Somebody that lets people walk all over them. And the second film's about a soft touch. And the third one, and it's the craziest of all, is about an acid fiend. You know, somebody that likes their LSD. And he takes a particularly crazy trip one night and becomes a baby. A baby is born in an ambulance not far from where he's taking his trip, and their conscious is swapping a Freaky Friday kind of style. So you've got an adult Edinburgher living in an English baby's body, and the English baby is put into the body of the Edinburgher, or the cunt from Edinburgh as we call them here. Nobody calls them Edinburghers. Nobody calls them Edinburghers. They're cunts from Edinburgh. Excuse the language, but that's what they're called. It's just how we communicate, is with bad language. Yo, you read the book of Acid House? Yeah, it's a banger. It really is. Why am I not surprised you read that? It's because you and I are from similar kind of generations, you know where.
Unfortunately, things went wrong.
Hey Oz, let's talk about religion. Or let's not. We could not.
It was hit by machine gun fire, but it did get away. Then surely the operators have radioed in. No, I assume they're...
Yeah, you just binged it again. Well, it's in my playlist, like I say.
One bulletin. We've not been able to reach our contact either. In the circumstances, his arrest seems rather more than a possibility. When will they do to land back at Lucknow? 5 hours ago. It's almost set.
Maybe it was Ustinov who slipped in from another universe. Well, it might well be. He has described himself as the world's most beloved mongrel. Because he really... although he comes across as quite British, his ancestry is wild. There's Dutch, German, Russian, British, obviously a little bit of British, Polish, even African. There's even some African in his lineage. He truly is like a mongrel of the world, and he's a great guy. I mean, one of my favourite people to have ever existed, I would need to say, is Peter Ustinov. He was an actual inspiration. He's an actual inspiration of a human being. If you don't know about him, go look him up, because his stories, you'll sit for hours and you won't even notice a second passing. You'll just be laughing or sitting with your mouth wide open. He's just an incredible storyteller. Scottish culture has a long history of storytelling. I mean, throughout much of history, our language was purely spoken language. We didn't have a written language for a very long time throughout our history, and then when we did, and all of our history was verbally passed on, which is why when the Romans killed the Druids, it was basically the end of Scottish culture at that time. It was like one period of history. People don't realise, they think of Scotland as one people in one place that was always kind of thing, It never really has been. Scotland, as people imagine it, has really only been like this for about, as they imagine it, for about 1,000 years or so. It's not really that long. Not in this, certainly not in the scale of things. Like I say, the Romans left, what, 1,800 years ago, something like that. Beginning of the first century. Beginning of the second century or something. They were getting pressured from back home. Rome was under siege. They needed their armies. But yeah, what's quite fascinating is that people don't realise. Let's have a little history talk. This is quite interesting. Many people have heard of the Picts. The Picts being like the original Scottish inhabitants, the original inhabitants of Scotland. What a lot of people don't know is that those Picts are the same Picts that came from Germany. It was all Pictland. During the Ice Age, there was no division between the UK and the rest of mainland Europe. All the water that was between us was frozen during the Ice Age. And during that Ice Age, people came from Pictland and walked. They didn't need boats, they just walked to where Britain was. And when the Ice Age ended and the ice began to melt, many people stayed on the Isle of Britain. And then there was Norman invasion that happened, and the Romans came to take over, and they all got forced up north of the border, which is where Hadrian's Wall was created. And that was created because the Romans did try to subjugate the Picts properly. They did try to fully take over the island, but when they tried to take over this last little bit of it, the bit that we live in, they sent up a legion, and all that Picts sent back was one soldier with no arms, no tongue, and a basket full of severed heads. And so the Romans learned their lesson and decided not to bother with us and just to put up a big wall. And the reputation of the Picts was such that long after the Romans left, nobody was interested in going up past the north of the wall because they knew what was up there. The Picts, they were pretty much an attack on sight culture. You know how they talk about the Indonesian islands and people go past them and you see the tribes people throwing spears and shooting arrows at the boats that pass their islands? That was basically the Picts. You know, the Picts were incredibly insular. They had no interest in outsiders, and if they didn't know who you were, the chances were they were going to attack you on sight. And so nobody really messed with the Picts right through to the point where there was the Viking invasions of the Saxons. The Vikings were invading the Saxons. The Norse, technically. Vikings is, I was talking about this on Nostalgia Street the other day. Viking is a misnomer. It's not a people. It's a verb, Viking. You would go Viking, because it basically means raiding. You know, it's going out on a raid is Viking. You're going Viking. And so the Vikings, the raiders, would come. But Vikings were never a people. The Vikings were made up of several people, mainly the Nords. But the Norse tribes were coming down and invading. But even when they were invading the south of Britain, they still avoided the north. And it was like 800 years later before people started tentatively going north of the wall. The Romans had left hundreds of years ago. But the reputation alone of the Picts kept people from coming up to this part of the thing. But the strange thing is, when people started coming up, there was no sign of the Picts. There were just a few odd scattered individuals, you know what I mean? There was no great tribes, there were no great civilizations, it had all gone. And they believe now that what happened was as often happens with insular cut-off cultures, they were exposed to a disease that perhaps the Romans had brought when they first invaded. I mean, this is the strange thing. Potentially, the Picts had already been dead for almost 800 years. But their reputation alone had kept people from their territory, even though they had been dead for hundreds of years. But when people came up and they found like the few odd wandering survivors, those few odd wandering survivors just got absorbed into the cultures that moved up. And the new Scottish people, the reason that so many of us have ginger hair is because of the Norse influx, the Norse invaders. But like I say, it took a really long time to get to that point. And when people think of the original Scots, the Picts, I'm really sorry to break anyone's heart that doesn't know this, but they really don't exist. And those of us with dark hair in Scotland, with ginger hair, this is really the very, very last remnants of Pictish genealogy. There was very little of it left. I mean, it's kind of waiting to get bred out completely. You know, it's a complete. We're part of almost a completely extinct genus of humans, really. You know, the Picts. They were almost completely wiped out by the time that people started coming up past the border. So I don't know if you thought that was interesting or not, but hope you enjoyed that little bit of Scottish history for you. So like I say, anything that anyone would be interested in talking about, I've spent a lot of my life just trying to work things out, and a big part of that is learning history and science and psychology and sociology and anthropology, and so I've got interests in all of these things. So if anybody wants to have a deep conversation about something, I would be happy to do it on the channel during the live.
Inform headquarters. We found them.
Always Lady J. I missed the start of that, but I'm going to assume it's... You guys have been so active in the chat tonight, haven't you? I know I've been chatting away, but...
Me too.
Wow, you guys have been getting busy.
You know, Richard was right about one thing. Something did happen to us. Something very special.
Aww. No one speak to Imagination. I don't think he minds you not speaking to him. I think it makes him feel more awkward when you do speak to him and he feels pressured to communicate with other human beings.
Don't hang on them, Major. From the look of the tracks, they've split up. It cannot be far ahead.
He'll say shalom. You know what I mean? He doesn't even like being on camera. Oh, do you want to talk about Star Trek? I would love to talk about Star Trek. You want to talk about Star Trek Continues? And how appalling it is that Discovery shut down Continues out of pure jealousy. They knew that the show that they were making, people didn't like it as much as the fan-made show that was going out for free on YouTube. And they basically went to the courts and had what a fan-made film is re-contextualized after the fact so that they couldn't make any more episodes. And it's really appalling.
You heard something?
The people with the rights to the name Star Trek decided to shit all over the fans from on high, take a piss on us from above and tell us it was raining, you know? Nobody bought it.
You've heard nothing.
Yeah, the theme tune to Champions and the theme tune to Star Trek. Yeah, you can hear it, can't you? It's that whole kind of grand instrumental 60s sound that it doesn't really get done so much anymore, which is a shame, because I mean it's classic. It came out with some great theme tunes from back in the day. He's in a timeout. He's actually gone off to see a mate. Yeah. I'll tell him to give your girl a shout. Lady,
Congratulations.
Miss J.
You've led us quite a chase for the last...
I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I think it starts around about 1 o'clock. If you pop in onto YouTube around 1 o'clock and look up 85 Nostalgia Street, I've got links. If you look at the last comment that you sent me, Lady J, you'll actually see a link there to Nostalgia Street. It'd be lovely to see you there. You're going to start drawing your Rat King. Gross. No, I'm sure it'll be beautiful. I've seen too many actual. I've found Rat Kings, pulling them out of sewers and starting to smell. No, it makes me gag just thinking about it. No, just no.
Well, gentlemen, I'm ready to make new arrangements to try and get samples of that bacteria.
Yeah, I'm on the verge of dangerous without money. Yeah, totally. Let's not talk about religion. Oof. Politics would definitely be an interesting one right now, Pickle. You're aware we're on the verge of World War III. If it hasn't really already begun, it's just that everyone's too afraid to say it. I wonder what side we're going to end up on. Hey, because we're not a fan of the Russians, but at the same time we're not really a fan of the American government either. I'm talking about the governments, not the peoples. This is the funny thing. More than ever, people are aware that we are all the same. All round the world, wherever we're from, we're all the same. And like the internet and YouTube and all social media has made it more aware that we have more in common with each other than we do with the politicians that are telling us to kill each other. And yet we're still in a position now where we might all die because a couple of maniacs have their fingers hovering over a big red button, you know what I mean? It's politics would be an interesting one at the moment, Pickle. Yeah, he is a master troll, Deadpool, gotta say. Just reading the comments, going through them, and he's good at what he does. By the way, that girl earlier, was it Natasha? She had just broken up with somebody, and he was like, "I would have broken up with you too." And I was doing my best to suppress laughter because that's funny to me, but I know that it's wildly inappropriate. There are a lot of people that are more sensitive than we are, but I hope she had a laugh at it too. Maybe it was too soon for her, but maybe one day she'll look back and find it funny, eh?
What's wrong? He fell. Where's Richard? Is Richard with us?
Yeah, don't care about you. Yeah, dude, this is so funny. I'm just reading your bit now that you said it.
Do you think Richard could be in trouble?
Shh, don't, Nibs, don't let them know he's a softie at heart. If people knew that he was a teddy bear, he'd lose his... in real life, he's this big dude, you know, he's a presence, this guy. He's a man's man. You know, in real life, you see it. So if you tell people he's a teddy bear, you'll ruin his rep. Don't do that to him.
To go to that much trouble, they must be sure of making us talk.
We are the weirdos, mister. Fuck yeah. I was just watching The Craft with Jaime a few weeks back, or it was a few months back now.
That's what he'd be trying to pick them off one at a time. Maybe I'll get him to leave me behind.
They might kill you.
Yeah, Peter Ustinov is a legend. I know I'm getting back onto him, but I could talk about Peter Ustinov forever. His life was incredible. Even his parents' lives were incredible. Even before you get to him, when he tells stories about his dad before World War II, a whole bunch of Germans coming and discussing how to assassinate Hitler before the war had even begun, and it was all top secret stuff. You know what I mean? Until years later, and Peter Ustinov thinking about it. But his dad was involved in serious high secret service stuff and wild stories, you know, from Peter Ustinov. Incredible man.
I would have stopped you climbing, but I was afraid of startling you. I haven't answered my question. Who are you? Who am I? That doesn't...
Oh, 4:20, time to roll again, is it? I'll get on it. Hang on. I can't put down the phone because I'm catching up on the... You guys, between you, you're trying to do the works of Shakespeare here or something. I feel like I'm reading Tolstoy.
I was searching for your
No, you're more interesting than Tolstoy, don't worry. War and Peace was boring as shit.
It is quite near, but taking you there would prove nothing. You and your friends.
That makes me sound incredibly uncultured, doesn't it? Eh? War and Peace was boring as shit. Well, it was. I'm sorry. It's like the first part of Lord of the Rings. Now, I fucking love Lord of the Rings. I've read it multiple times. But you see that first bit, it's like reading the Bible. Eh? That very first, like the prologue bit and the thing, it's like reading the Bible. It's hard work. Just so dry.
Tell our story, and other people will search for you and eventually find you. Before you go back to your own world, you will discover what has really happened to you here. The changes that have been made.
Where's my ray of sunshine? I'm here.
Why we do not have that here. Changes? What changes? You must have realized.
Jesus don't want me for a sunbeam.
What the difference is? That expression gives me my answer. Our treatment did more than mend your bodies. It improved. It transformed the efficiency of your mind.
Yeah, that discussion would work if I saw more than 1/3 of the chat. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. I'm catching up now.
You have the power.
But nothing comes up on my tablet. It's a real pain in the ass not being able to keep up with things.
And of all your faculties.
Oh, you love my lights? Yeah, I quite like my lights. They're
You will come to realize the truth.
pretty funky. Do you like the painting?
These
That's one of Titular Heroines. That's one of CJ's paintings.
use them just as children learn to use theirs. Moreover, you are not infallible. You will make mistakes.
I'm gonna end up in the dead side.
Even human.
Equinox. Oh,
But not infallible and not immortal.
Equinox. If you get it, you get it. Equinox. Tomorrow. If you know, you know. A lot of you that'll have just gone whoomph. But some of you will remember Equinox. Equinox.
You and your friends are now able to receive all of them. On my way here, I felt my friends were in danger.
You said we have to take sides.
I
It's
saw
the thing about a world war.
vision. You saw the truth. Then I must go.
Somebody's gonna go if you're not with us, you're against us. You know what I mean?
And try to use your gifts as you believe we would want you to use them.
In the works of Shakespeare, we're the infinite monkeys with the infinite typewriters. Yes, you are.
You are not
Yes, you are.
from your friends.
Yeah,
You know where they are. Only that they were traveling in approximately the same direction as yourself, towards the far peaks where one country lies beside the other. Strange how you divide your lands. But then, like yourself, there are many things I do not understand. How can I thank you? By keeping our secret. Goodbye.
I do that quite often. And it's like I have like conversations in my head in the chat, and I'm thinking I'm not talking back. I'm just thinking about my responses, and I need to remember to actually say my responses. I'm talking to Lady J. She's saying, I'm so fucking stoned. I'm sorry, bros. I've managed to read some of the chat. I'm in my head, and I've had some great chats with you. Lol. They were real to me, and I hope they felt live anyway. Yeah, don't worry. We're getting the vibes. This is what happens with the chats here. I'm not trying to compare my chat to Nostalgia Street. I really feel like Nostalgia Street is a special place, and it's a special chat, and it's a special community. But I like to think that I do have a little element of that in my community, in my chat, where we kind of feel like we get to know each other, and we become friends over time. You know what I mean? Like people that we'd have never met or never had anything in common or to do with each other. You know, they meet here and they learn that they get along and they make each other laugh, or you know what I mean? Or challenge with each other in interesting ways that are as long as it's respectful. Who doesn't like to be challenged, you know? Keeps life interesting. So I really appreciate my little community that's been building up here. I don't get it. Weird. He's such a troll. Temple man. Wait, you're so funny. Don't take sides, I'm on my own. You're on your own side, Pickle. Yay! I've finally caught up with the chat. Wow, that took long enough. Time for me to get on the freaking roll, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what. Ladies, gentlemen, fellow freaks of all shapes and sizes. I'm back with you. I'm fully present again. I'll keep my phone up here, just so that I can keep up with any new chats that happen.
It's practically healed up.
That is impossible. It's fully healed up. I love like their techno, like gold, like tattoo. It's almost like circuit boards. Like after they've been healed, it's like circuit boards on their skin. But then they like slowly fade, and by the next episode, it's never mentioned again. But it's clearly like the technology that's repaired them. It's some kind of like it's made to look like a circuit board on purpose. You know what I mean? It's it's not magic that's fixed them. It's some kind of super advanced technology from a Shangri-La-esque society in the Himalayas. Just wild concept. Just this is a really good show. Please, please, please check it out if you haven't already. It's in my posts. Go check it out. And now he's speaking and she's able to hear him. He's like whispering and she can hear him from like 200 yards away. Like they all have superpowers now. And they've got this really cool music whenever they're using these powers that goes like, but it's almost like the $6 Million Man, you know, where it goes ding 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 ding. Whenever he does his like jumps or lifts something up, it goes ding 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 ding. They've got like a very similar vibe, but they were doing this long before the $6 Million Man was doing it in the 70s. This is like a decade before that, and they'd already got that whenever they use their powers. Like a theme song for powers. Yeah, Lady J's funny. Nibs, I think you'll I really hope that Lady J makes it out tomorrow, because if you two get to know each other, you'll have great banter, the two of you. You're quite like-minded, eh? Yeah, you and Lady J get on really well, Nibs. And can I just say, I'm absolutely thrilled at how well you and CJ get on. I think that's really lovely that you two have become friends, eh? Like I say, I just love this little community, eh? Like this little group of people that have started since I started this channel, and as well the community over on Nostalgia Street as well. They're another amazing community that I love to bits. My life wouldn't be the same, you know? I wouldn't be doing as well as I'm doing these days if it wasn't for those two groups.
Thank you. We do not have to tell you what your success means. And a thank you seems totally inadequate.
I love the power music, like their theme music for their powers.
I'd like a word with you 3.3.
Jesus, what's happening with my hair tonight? It's all over the shop. It's total freaking mess. I did wash it. I did wash it before the stream. Along with everything else. It was just like my hair, but
5 days in the snow. Capture. The trek back without any proper supplies or equipment. And nothing
You made it back from the Himalayan mountains with no proper supplies or equipment, and you don't think I'll have any questions. Right, fine, get lost. Yeah, I just love how they handle it. This guy's meant to be the head of a massive spy network, and he's like, oh, it's okay, I don't need to know how you did that. Yeah, right. So funny. You're just that good. Okay.
We'll never be able to keep this secret. We'll have to tell Tremaine.
We will need to tell Tremaine.
Tell him. Tell him.
Sheriff.
I actually watched a reunion one of these not long ago. Like the three folk that did this, they got back together. They were all still alive, and they got together, and it was really cool to see them all. Because it's like they've remained friends, despite one of them having gone back to America after this was filmed. Because this was filmed in the UK, I believe. Yeah, how could you not like Siege? I quite agree. Is that 3 footballs, Deadpool? Don't tell me you're into football. Come on, man. Seriously. Don't be the stereotype. Hey, you're better than that, bruv. Washed it in the toilet. You crack me the fuck up, man. Oh, Deadpool, you thinking? Don't fucking hurt yourself, man. You'll injure yourself that way. You see the little thought bubble. If he doesn't get hurt, someone else will. He starts thinking. Dangerous game. Oh, what? That's not right. Next episode. Not me. I don't want to see my face. And I'm getting myself in a loop now. It's infinite loop time. And episode 2, if you please. There we go. And now I need to go back into the chat to talk to y'all again. This is such a scunner. Oh. Could have actually used an extra phone. Actually, what I could really... When Imagine Nathan comes back, I'm going to ask him to get on the chat and he can keep up with the chat for me. Because I'm clearly not very good at it. No, why the did I just do that? I knew what was going to happen. Why did I do it? Right. Right. Now. Okay, back in the chat. I can see you again now. My goodness. My goodness me. Yeah. That's his that would definitely be his standard reaction to that. It's a bit too soppy for him. Hey, he's a tough guy. Oh, the Prince of Cats. Yeah, that's a banger. Oh, by the way, thanks for showing me Everything is Fine. That's become one of my new favourite comic series. Everything is Fine. That's going to be the next Walking Dead, eh? You know what I mean? Somebody's going to turn that into an adaptation one day. It's too good. It's too good to get left. Somebody's going to turn that into like a movie or probably a TV series. I would think it would work far better as a TV series. Yeah, if you haven't seen Everything is Fine, I've put a playlist. Shocker, I know. I've made a dedicated playlist. I will make a video on it at some point because I always do. But if you're interested in comics, Everything is Fine. You'll find a playthrough, a couple of different playthroughs actually from different creators, depending on how you want to do it. If you want to just read it panel per panel, or you would rather get an overall synopsis of the story, you know, there are options there. If you want to check out Everything is Fine without having to like find the comic.
Nothing serious. Should think he'll be with you any time now.
Yeah, he total innocent halo over his head. Wait, him? No, it's him. Yeah, Everything is Fine. Shh. Exactly. Have you seen it yet, dude? Deadpool, have you seen Everything is Fine? What a fucking comic. Wild, man. It is wild.
He's coming round. As strong as an ox. Yes, this looks specific.
How's the dog? Someone ate him. Oh, I know what you mean. You mean he's so lovable that you could have just eaten him all up. Everything is fine. Shh. It's a wild comic, man. Dark, really dark. And considering they're all wearing cat heads, you wouldn't think so, you know what I mean? It gives off, but that's because everything is fine, you know? It's so good.
Then go. He looks comfortable enough.
Yeah, I actually put up another comic playlist in my playlist the other week called Scooby-Doo Apocalypse. Wow. Boy oh boy did I love that one. That was a fantastic comic series. Possibly one of my favourite ever Scooby-Doo things, to tell you the truth. I know that's terrible because there's lots of traditional Scooby-Doo that's very different, but that's the thing. This Scooby-Doo Apocalypse is so different from any other Scooby-Doo thing that I've ever seen. It kind of blew my mind. The fact that it's set in such a grim, realistic setting, and there are actual repercussions and really horrible stuff. Like, it's like The Walking Dead meets Scooby-Doo, you know what I mean? It was just such a wild, wild comic, Scooby-Doo Apocalypse. And I kind of like the updates of all the characters as well, taking them out of the 70s. For example, Shaggy in Scooby-Doo Apocalypse, he's not a hippie, he's a hipster. Which is really funny, because I started dressing like this a long time ago, and then the whole thing of hipsters became a thing, and they were like, you're a hipster. And it's like, am I? I have not changed for a very long time, so if I am, it's because I already was. It wasn't because I was joining a trend or anything. I've always been like this. I'm still not really quite sure what a hipster is, though, tell you the truth, apart from that people think that I am one. Because I have a moustache, which is weird, because I've got a moustache because I like I like history stuff. I'm so into history. I watch more history than the thing. And for throughout most of history, men have rocked pretty epic moustaches, and it's only in fairly recent times that
I don't like it, John.
people like to look fucking boring as shit. You know? personally, if I had to look in my face in the mirror every day, I'd just get fucking bored. You need to do something with it, don't you? Yeah. Itchy beard, itchy beard. If you know, you know.
Normally it takes 3 or 4 days to move such machinery through the port.
Oh, pickle, pickle.
That's why we hired
Pickle, pickle.
them out. Of course.
Pickle, 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 pickle. It's a bit like spam,
You haven't paid me yet.
except it's pickle. Pickle, pickle.
£500.
Love you, buddy. Eh? You're alright, don't worry. You can pickle all you like here. Nobody's gonna judge you for pickling about around here, my man.
Never told you what.
Except for Deadpool, but to be fair, he's always judging everyone. That's his standard position. It's all good. That's normal. Don't be offended.
He's recovered. It's not possible.
Oh, who owes who a Coke? Yeah, we were hipsters before hipsters were a thing. That was it. It was like I kind of got lumped in with the hipsters, and I don't know why, because I wasn't trying to be a part of a scene when I started dressing like this. I was just more into like 1930s, 1920s, 30s, 40s kinds of looks than I was into what had become contemporary by the time. Because I went through like a big period where I dressed like a traditional goth. You know what I mean? How people would picture a goth in their head. That was my main look for a good part of my life. And it was really only when trends started to change. It was probably about in my early mid-30s. Trends started to change. Emos were about all over the place, and I was getting mistaken for an emo far too often. You know what I mean? Like, I did not like getting mistaken for fucking emos. That pissed the hell... It really pissed me off back in the day, because I couldn't understand how people couldn't see the obvious difference. You know? It wasn't just a colour, a hair colour thing, it was an entire attitude thing, you know? You know, we were like, nothing matters, goths, and emos were like, nothing matters. And they couldn't really seem to tell the difference, and it bothered me. You know what I mean? There's this fundamental difference between goths and emos, and I was getting mistaken for being a goth far too much. So at that point, I started looking towards the past for inspiration for how I dress. And so shirts, waistcoats, nice dress trousers, and a pair of smart shoes. I thought that was a stylish look. I liked it, and so that's what I went for. And then about a decade later, people were like, oh, check out all these hipsters. And they were like, you're a hipster. And I was like, I mean, excuse me, what now? I'm not, no, my jeans are up past my waist. What? I'm not wearing hipsters. No, you're a hipster. Okay. I'd been called worse, you know? But I'd still had no idea what they were talking about. I owe you a Coke. By the way, all of you, I know that I recommend stuff all the time and it's hard to keep up. I've all recommended several things tonight and we're watching the champions just now. We're literally watching the champions, so it's not like I don't recommend enough, but there is an absolutely fantastic series. Well worth looking into. In fact, no. You know what? I've given you enough stuff to look into tonight. I won't bother you more. If you manage to check out any of, I'll make a dedicated playlist on the thing that I was going to talk about at some point. Great show. Pretty sure it is available on YouTube. Yeah. If I could be any animal, I think I'd be a crow. If I could choose. I think I would be a crow. If I could choose. if I couldn't, if I had to be an animal that best represented myself, I think I'd probably be one of those wee Scotty dogs from Lady and the Tramp. You know the Scotty dog? Oh, lassie! You know, I think that would actually probably be me. Small but passionate. I'd go for their nuts first. Yeah, those dogs, by the way, those wee Scotty dogs, they're little, but they're vicious. Hey, I've seen them go for like dogs 5 times their size, go straight for the knackers, and before the dog's had it knows it's a dead dog. Like, it knows that if the big dog gets a hold of it, it's gonna ragdoll it and it'll be dead in a sec. But it's quick enough, it gets in between their legs and it goes. It says, you might get me, but you're not having any kids. You know what I mean? They're vicious wee fuckers, those ones.
This is it. More 52.
He's angry but protective. Yeah, exactly. And nobody takes him seriously, you know what I mean? But he's not a wee dog to be messed with. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog, yeah. That's true. Armadillos! Crunchy on the outside, smooth on the inside. Armadillos! Alternatively, eat dime bars. Smooth on the outside, crunchy on the inside. Armadillos! No? Nobody, just me. Nobody else remembers that. That's shocking. Right, well, what's the time? Oh! Crap, it's 9 o'clock, guys! Time for me to end the stream. Well, listen, I have had a freaking awesome evening with everyone. I've had a real laugh. I'm glad that everybody's got a chance to catch up. I'll play us out with a song, shall I?
Hey, Richard, look.
In fact, this will probably be easier. If I use my controller just to turn the TV off, that'll be easier, won't it? Right. Another turning point, a forks in the road. To grab you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test known as what? It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind. Hang them on a shelf in good health and good times. The do's and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, and in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. Well, take care everyone. Don't forget to choose kindness and stay curious, my friends. Bye.